What's up, guys? So this is going to be video 1 of about a 12, maybe more part series. And what the series is going to cover is self-employment, entrepreneurship. There's some things that you need to get in order before making that leap. You know, some will tell you don't do it. There's going to be a lot of criticism. A lot of people who say, you know, are you really sure? Are you really sure you want to do this? You know, it didn't work out for such and such. You know, I'll be honest that when I went to be self-employed, there were some people who said I shouldn't do it. We stated to anybody who asked me, I am the best. There is nobody better than me. And that's what you need to tell yourself. Constantly tell yourself that you are the best. If you're not the best, somebody else is going to be the best, and they're not going to outdo you, and you're just going to fuzz away. Okay, so I've worked for my dad for roughly 5 years, right out of high school. I didn't go to college, and I went to go work for my dad full time. And my dad taught me pretty much everything I know. And, you know, obviously you grow from there, but you need to have somebody, if you're going to be self-employed, you need to have somebody who you look up to. Somebody who you can see their actions and see what, you know, mistakes they made. Because honestly, somebody else's mistakes can be your success. If somebody else you saw, okay, well, they did this wrong, and, you know, they know it, and so you learn from their mistakes. It's just as a child to their parent. You know, a lot of times a parent is going to tell their children, hey, don't do that. And it's not because they're being critical or hard on you. It's because they don't want you to make the same mistakes. Now, I am a son. I do have parents, and I do not always listen to what my parents have to say. And that's okay. That's okay if you don't take everybody else's advice. You are your own person. You need to be able to make your own choices, your own decisions. And if you make a mistake, you need to be able to own that mistake. Okay? So I've made lots of mistakes. I mean, countless mistakes. Fortunately, I've had a good support system. So you need to have somebody you look up to. Somebody who is kind of your hero. You know, somebody who has had success. Obviously, he's going to be a little older, a little more wiser, seen a little bit more. What helped me when I became self-employed was I have been in the same industry for a very long time. I mean, I was in my industry before going self-employed for around 10 years. Number one advice, so whatever you say you're going to do it, no matter what. Number two, my second piece of advice, be 100%. Be 200%, 1,000%. You know what I mean? Go into it and dive in. And now, don't give up. Because there's going to be times where you just want to give up. You're going to be crying. You're going to be, why did I do this? This is stupid. I shouldn't have done it. Don't give up. Number 3. So my third piece of advice, work very, very hard. If you think you work hard now, you don't work hard enough. Work harder. You will not get anything out of life unless you work hard for it. Nobody's going to give you anything. Nobody's going to cut you any slack. And especially if, say, you're 18 years old or 20 years old, you know, you have a long road ahead of you. And I'll be honest, because I was there. Okay, I was young when I kind of went into this. So I became self-employed when I was 25. So I had to fight an uphill battle with a lot of people to prove that I wasn't just some kid. You know, 25 years old, people who are like 45, 50, 55, they're going to look at you and say, well, you're a kid. What do you really know? And you're going to have to fight that for a very, very long time. Now, I'm going to be 30 years old here in about a month, so it's kind of tapering off a little bit for me. Where I don't have to fight as hard, but I still have to fight. I still have to prove myself over and over and over and over again. It constantly gets thrown in my face of something I did 10 years ago. Come on. So you're gonna have that. You're gonna be discouraged. There's gonna be people that are fighting against you. There's gonna be people in your industry where you just cannot stand them. So there's gonna be people who are telling you that you don't know what you're talking about, you're not good enough. You have to put that all in the back of your mind. As long as you are 100% committed, you can make it happen. And that's honesty. You can do it. You can become self-employed. You know, we live in a day and age where new companies are starting up all the time. Now, if you're going into it thinking you're going to be a millionaire, you're going into it for the wrong reasons. You know, do it because it's a passion. Anytime that you go to do something that you all have passion about, most of the time you're going to be successful in it, or you're going to learn something. And always remember that a day you haven't learned something is a day wasted. Remember, this is business. This isn't personal. So anything somebody does or says is not to be taken personally. If somebody says they don't like the way you did something, don't take it personally. It's business. Remember, you're being paid to do a job. And this goes into, that applies for even if you're not self-employed. You know, if you're working in an industry, whatever you're doing, you know, you're being paid to do that job. And that's just the way it is. So don't take everything personal. Remember, this is business. You know, if you're mopping those floors, mop those floors. Do a good job doing it. That's anything. You're never going to grow in life if you don't go at something, anything you do, and do it 100%. You've got to take everything seriously. You've got to go into everything as 100%, and also have fun. Have fun with it. You know, don't beat yourself up every day. You know, there's going to be days where you're just like, man, what am I doing with my life? And you're going to have those moments. Whether you're working for somebody else or you're self-employed, you're going to have those moments. So I don't want people thinking, well, I want to be self-employed so I can correct all these other problems. 9 times out of 10, you're going to have more problems than you did in the beginning. It's just the way of it. There's just going to be different problems, and the problems that you have are going to be more severe. So, you know, if you currently have a money problem, you're going to have a bigger money problem. So, I don't want this to seem negative, because honestly, I mean, some of the best experiences that I've had have come from being self-employed, because they've opened me up to different opportunities, newer things that I probably wouldn't have been able to acquire if I wasn't self-employed. So I don't want it to seem all negative, but I don't want to seem all positive, because I don't want people I don't want people thinking that being self-employed is just like a gravy train. You know, it's just not the way it is. There's days where you're beating yourself up. I mean, I have those days where it's just like, man, what am I doing? I could go make twice as much, go and work for somebody else. And trust me, I have that a lot. I'm wondering, why did I choose to do this? And then you reflect on your past experiences and see where you've come, and you know how far you've come. You know, it makes it worth it. Also remember to stay professional. You know, you need to dress accordingly. Attire has a big part to play. Remember that when people are looking at you, they have no idea what kind of work you do, how well of work you really do, regardless of what they've heard. They have no idea what your personality is like. They know none of that. Remember that when somebody sees you, they are 100% judging you on appearance. I don't care what people say. Okay, it's just like when you see a woman for the first time, you are not looking at that woman and saying, wow, I bet she's just got an awesome personality. No, you're judging that person based on their appearance. And this is tenfold when you're talking about a business. Make sure you and anybody who's working for you is wearing a color scheme. You know, like in my industry, we wear neon green shirts. So everybody wears a neon green shirt. Now, I do have ones that have company logos on them, and you know, they're lettered up and stuff, but I didn't have that at first. At first it was just green clean shirts. You can pick these up at Walmart. I mean, that's where, if you haven't seen that other video, I pick up a lot of my shirts from Walmart. It's just easier. The line of work I do, they get dirty. You know, I remember being a kid and I'd spend $15, $25, $45 on a t-shirt. That's insane. Also, when if you're wanting to become self-employed, you have to remember to stay strict on a budget. I've gotten myself in a lot of trouble by not staying on a budget. I remember in the beginning, I wasn't even getting a paycheck. It took a while, and I was that close to really being in trouble. But it all got worked out. Things work out. I've been very blessed. So I want you to take away something from this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to go into a lot more detail and really encourage you guys to, you know, go out there, fight for your dreams. I mean, just do it. Just make sure that you're in it 100%. And if you're in it 100%, you can do it. You can do it. I guarantee it. And as always, please subscribe. I'd love to talk to you guys a little bit more about it. There's a lot that can be talked about when you're talking about being self-employed. I'm thinking this could be about a 12 video, or whatever you want to call it. 12 episodes, you know, whatever you want to say. So, until next time, guys, see you.